Hello one and all, welcome back to The Witcher 2. We are in Vergen, and last episode we had a good look around. This time we shall be doing some quests, I feel. Starting with, memory serves, we got this poker face, so we're going to go and talk to Cecil about that. Gambling away our ill-gotten gold, or orens, you know. We've also got that dude, Woodham, this noble who claimed to be he wanted to prove something, because he was the brother, I think, of some noble knight, and didn't. So now we've got a grudge against us for that. And we also have to go to the War Council, which is on the way, which is sort of because Cecil is involved with that. So 2 birds, 1 stone, all that, and then we got a happy contract. And what is this? Oh, this is the nobleman. So this is just 1-on-1, and that's the nobleman dude. So he has a grudge against us. So let's just follow the arrow. I believe we're going to go into this castle and walk into a cutscene. That's just what I'm thinking here. That will be what we are doing. I believe it's this way, is it? Yep. This is the castle. It's a lot like Petra as well. I think it's Jordan. You'll know it from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Not this way. Dwarven enchantment there. Just pick that up. What is that way? Just we'll look around here. Is it? There we go. Maybe we should have had a look in some of those other rooms if I haven't already. I think we're getting close now. Yes, this is indeed a Council of War, and it is a cutscene as I predicted.
You missed quite a scrap, gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. There was a struggle and the prince was wounded.
You've all seen the magical phenomenon covering the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, this is no mundane mist, nor a petty fairground illusion. Most likely, we're up against a blood curse, an old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. For now, I have one piece of good news and several pieces of bad news. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time being.
And the bad news?
The mist will grow. It may even engulf Vergen. Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be made penitent? With an axe to the head?
In theory, yes. But I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for myself and Geralt of Rivia.
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You'll see he's the sensitive kind.
Whatever you may see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a few rules I insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No one is to approach the mist. It is mortally dangerous. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle. For this, I especially count on the aid of Mr. Cecil Burden.
At your service, my lady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war, ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft, more scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on. The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Let me be clear. You're all to aid Philippa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
It's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters. How many are we?
Saskia, you know well...
How many?
We dwarves are near 200, but don't judge us by our number.
500 peasants will come, though you'll get no precise count.
My lords,
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5-1 against us. What think you of that?
We are few, they are many. But we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Oh, for a regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria.
We have something better. Yorvith's elves. Scoia'tael.
True enough.
Gentlemen, I give you Yorvith.
What do you seek here, murderer?
100 of the North's best archers await your orders, Dragon Slayer.
You wished for archers? Here they are.
I take no pleasure in fraternizing with elves. But even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon.
He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the Northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Yorvith came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf. Treason runs in his veins.
He's been fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They've been betrayed and cheated. Now they have a new goal. The Pontar Valley could be the first state where no man would have to fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. And elves and dwarves wouldn't live in ghettos or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Yorvith to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadwenny for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, I'm in. Yorvith stays.
Bloody hell. Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye.
Nay. You killed my men, elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
All right. For the sake of better times, and for Kedwin's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
Poison! She's dying. Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Quickly, lads! A litter!
She ceased casting spells.
Saskia, is she alive?
In a manner of speaking, I've slowed her life functions as far as possible. Her condition is stable.
Do you know the poison?
Thaumadour, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
An antidote must exist.
What can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Not ordinary blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
We could use Letho right now.
The nearest king is on the other side of the Mist of Wraiths.
You misunderstood me. It need not be the blood of a ruling monarch. It is the genotype contained in royal blood that is required. Kings issue from ancient dynasties. Over the ages, to survive, rulers needed exceptional resistance and strength. As royal dynasties rarely admit common blood, the strength of their genes remains great. I shall employ self-healing genetic therapy that will teach Saskia's body how to rid itself of the poison.
You'll have her drink human blood.
No, I shall inject it directly into her heart.
What kind of herbs are we talking about?
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
An elven rose of remembrance. It's all coming together, isn't it? And the structure of this chapter is as well, with the 3 magical items required to lift the fog, and then these 2 things on the screen right now.
Where will we find immortelles?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
How will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The immortelle will help restore them.
Triss had a rose of remembrance. She claimed the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe who succeeded in cultivating the roses enjoyed great respect,
Times have changed.
as have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Triss has a rose of remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need to find.
That's what we need to do. That's kind of handy, because that's why I'm here. But
What else do you need to heal Saskia?
Thaumadour is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted cells. To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
One to bring them all and in the darkness bind them.
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top of a volcano.
what?
All right. Let's forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source. Find something.
An immortelle, a rose of remembrance, royal blood and magic sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale, especially a poor one, as a happy ending would then be inevitable. May I count on your help, Geralt?
You may. What about the Battle of Wraiths?
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order. Then we'll consider how best to send the spectres to their rest. Actually, you could tend to that yourself. Ask the locals about the battle, and maybe you'll learn something.
In that case, I shall search for the poisoner.
Good idea.
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
Alright. Awful lot of clipping going on in that war council, wasn't it? Bit of a shame, otherwise it could have been quite a powerful scene, but never mind. I'm surprised that was there though, because it was like quite blatant, and just take that chair away that wasn't doing anything, and it's non-existent. Maybe it was the armor I'm wearing? I don't know, but kind of silly. Anyway, let's recap. So, to call Philippa a healer was like calling a drowner an advertiser of swimming. Nonetheless, Philippa was a sorceress and a powerful one at that. Though healing was not a specialty, she could help the poisoned Saskia. To create a cure, she needed special ingredients. Right, so this is basically Dwarven Immortal. Alright, so this is for this herb that we need. Having been poisoned during the council meeting, Saskia was dying, and nearly everyone who supported her cause now prayed for her health. Among her allies, however, were those who did not believe in gods or at least divine intervention. Lady Eilhart, oh god, the kind of woman who rolled her sleeves up and started casting spells when things got tough, fits this description. So when Geralt learned that magical artifact was one of the ingredients for the Dragon Slayer's cure, he reasoned that Philippa would be the ideal consultant. Alright, so I need to go and talk to her about the magic. We need royal blood, but it's a shame Philippa didn't demand a crocodile's tears or sorceress's smile as ingredients of the antidote for Saskia. I believe the Witcher would have had an easier time obtaining either of those. As it was, he had to acquire some royal blood, literally. There were only 2 potential donors of the area, Henselt and Stennis, so I've got to convince one of them to. Further reading will tell that Geralt accomplished his lot in Eden. He fought wars, killed monsters, obstructed kings, and caused unhealthy arousal in sorceresses. You have to keep in mind, however, that his priority in finding in Triss sorceresses, as sorceresses, as all other women do, keep in packs. Thus, in his search, Geralt headed for Philippa's house. Yeah. Unhealthy arousal, however, was out of the question in this case. Yes, good. So we need to find Triss, but Philippa knows something about that. This is all about the ghosts and stuff. So let's see. Okay. After conferring with Philippa, Geralt ascertained that he would need items symbolizing ideas linked to war, specifically objects resembling hatred, courage, faith, and death. The Witcher thus embarked on a search of the Dunbanner's standard, believed to be a symbol of death, and a sword, which belonged to an infamous commander named Van der Grift, supported the symbol of hatred. The sorcerers promised to find a medallion symbolizing faith and a fragment of suit of armor that belonged to the brave Sledkirk. Right, okay, so we need to find 2 of those then. And this is because she... Yeah, so this is the actual curse quest, and these are all the components of it, mostly. Let's go and have a word with Philippa, because we need to talk to her about the other thing as well. Where the hell am I? Okay, so I've got to go around here. Yeah, okay. Because we found our house before, haven't we? So that's no bother. What was with the Lord of the Rings thing? I'm really genuinely curious about that. Because it was a blatant, 2 characters referenced it, and all in a very tongue-in-cheek manner. So as if they all knew the story. Why would they? Interesting. Should knock, Geralt.
What is it, Witcher?
Who is that girl?
Cynthia, a leashed sorceress.
A charming expression. Do you also use muzzles?
Leash means a connection between a sorceress and her assistant. An unfortunate term, I admit, but it explains how things are. Cynthia can tap my power, use my spells. She's a conduit. And she's learning along the way. It's convenient, and except for the name, not derisive at all. But you're not here to talk about Cynthia.
That's true enough. Oh, we have a lot of things here. Right, so these first. Semi-small talk. Kind of connected, but not really what we're about.
Have you heard about a Witcher's school? Apparently the Viper's their sign.
No. Why do you ask?
The Kingslayer wears a medallion adorned with a viper.
Pretentious and childish for my taste. He can't be very smart.
A sorceress like you ought to know bundles about the wild hunt.
A sorceress's knowledge has nothing to do with superstitions.
The hunt's not a superstition.
True. The phenomenon seems to exist.
I want to know everything there is to know about it.
It's strictly atmospheric. It doesn't interest me. Just as whirlwinds, whirlpools, and snowfalls do not interest me.
How much luckier are we?
Is what they say true? Did Saskia kill a dragon?
Prince Stennis decorated her for it at the court in Vengerberg, so it appears to be true. If you want to know the details, talk to Biggerhorn. Apparently he witnessed it.
I will. I completely forgot about the card, the dice poker. But you would, wouldn't you? Which maybe I should have had this one first, but...
How is it that King Radovid's court sorceress and advisor is supporting rebellion in Edirn?
This has grown into more than a simple rebellion, Witcher. Prince Stennis' arrival here confirmed Saskia's right to represent Edirn.
Saskia isn't fighting for Edirn, but for the Pontar Valley. Even Prince Stennis considers you rebels. He hasn't moved against you because war with Kedwen hangs by a thread. Why are you here, Sorceress of Tretogor?
It is my duty. If Henselt occupies the Pontar Valley, Redania and Temeria will respond strongly. The North will disintegrate, its unity gone. A dark scenario that is nevertheless avoidable, provided Saskia is successful and wins the Valley's independence.
Even if she thwarts Henselt, there'll be no independence without agreement from Redania and Temeria.
Temeria's expansionist plans melted away with Foltest's death. Redania's ruler is unpredictable, but even he'll have to respect a victory. I'm here to make this victory a fact.
Alright. Surely Stenius would have no trouble giving some of his blood to help Saskia. It's just a question of how much blood, isn't it? Let's go through these.
I'm looking for Triss. Letho forced her to teleport near Vergen.
Letho?
Foltest's killer, perhaps Demiven's too. Will you help me find her?
Certainly. We sorceresses must stick together. We have too many enemies.
Triss contacted you through Sheila de Tanzerville's megascope while in Flotsam.
And I haven't heard from her since.
Can you locate her?
A megascope responds to a person's aura. If I had something of hers, I could find her. You were close to her. Maybe you have something.
No, I don't have anything.
Oh.
Not good. Wait. A local drunkard claims he saw a redhead fall out of the sky. This could be a lead.
Something that doesn't happen every day, isn't it? So,
I never heard of flying women before.
Perhaps they're just drunken delusions. It's possible, however, that an unstable teleport ejected Triss near the town.
As it's our only lead, I'll talk to this drunkard. Do you know him?
I'm not used to associating with drunkards, but you'll likely find him in the inn.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
Come back as soon as you learn anything.
Not finished yet. Not finished yet.
You wanted to discuss something?
I was going to say something. Going to the inn anyway. Oh, there was something. Yeah, I wonder if it's possible to get something of Triss's before this point. I'm not sure how. Maybe you could. Well, you know, if you do something slightly differently, I'm not sure. Maybe this just is a quest you've got to do.
You said we'd need a magical object to cure Saskia. Any ideas where I might start looking?
Magical items do not grow on trees, as you know. Luckily, this area has a long history. There's the Battle of Wraiths, the site of Sabrina Glevisig's death and suffering, the abandoned mines.
I was hoping you'd be specific.
I won't ask you to traipse around with a divining rod, but please try to be a little inventive. Ask the locals, that's always a good place to start. I dare say Alderman Burden knows every last stone in the area. Maybe you should see him.
Not finished yet.
You wanted to discuss something.
Something else?
At the council, you mentioned artifacts were needed to undo the curse.
But I can't look for them now.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Why?
I have my reasons. Tell me something. What happened here 3 years ago?
Henselt attacked Edern, but met his match. Nobody won that war. Sabrina Glevisig got into a conflict with the commander-in-chief of the Kedweni forces, and this led to both armies being routed. Fireballs turned the battlefield into a flaming tomb. Henselt accused Sabrina of using a forbidden weapon.
And Sabrina cursed Henselt.
I think so. I suspect the curse got out of hand because of the circumstances.
Circumstances? The stars weren't right, wrong phase of the moon. There's always an excuse for simple bungling.
She placed the curse while burning at the stake. Her hands and feet nailed to a wagon wheel. I'd say she did a good job, considering.
Fair enough.
Did you notice? Not all the ghosts were aggressive.
Yes. Most just disappeared when they touched the aura of a living person.
I think the curse corrupts the ghosts of the fallen and turns them into draugrs.
Is that the Witcher's professional name for wraiths?
Draugrs are demons of war. They arise at sites of exceptionally vicious, bloody battles. Their bloodlust and hatred in condensed form.
Can you kill them by conventional means?
A silver sword is enough for a draugr, but as long as the curse remains active, new ones will arise. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If I could turn the tide of the battle...
For that you'll need symbols of war belonging to those who fell in battle. Hatred, death, courage, and faith. All artifacts must be magically active and connected to the fallen, or they won't lure the ghosts.
Right. I'll look around.
Finding 2 will be enough. Get the symbols of hatred and death and leave the rest to me.
I'd prefer courage and faith.
Don't fuss.
I'll see what I can do. Cecil seems to know a lot about the area.
Got a lot of leads in a lot of different places. I also realised that I knew that before I even asked her about it. A little bit of a iffy thing with the journal, but there's so many quests, so much going on, you can forgive it.
Know anything about blood curses?
Do you?
We're dealing with a 4th level curse, also known as the Curse of the Archmistress.
Well, well, I'm impressed.
Thing is, until now I thought it was only a myth, that such a curse couldn't be cast.
You thought wrong. There are 6 confirmed cases of this curse being inflicted.
What about confirmed cases of it being lifted?
1. Achieved by a team of sorcerers led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, hence the curse's other name. Sabrina Glevezig was on the team.
Small world.
That's not all. The curse investigated by Francesca and Sabrina was designed to end the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. They were cursed by Scarlet Rodalega, a complete madman, but very talented. An eclipse and wraiths also accompanied his curse.
So Sabrina's curse is just a knockoff Rodalega?
Exactly.
Can Francesca's experience help us?
Certainly. I know the symbols and the workings of the curse thanks to her.
Care to explain? I'm the one risking my neck.
You'll have to relive the battle and change its course at the right moment. I don't know exactly what will happen. Nobody does.
Not much, then.
I'll look for those artifacts.
Oof.
I'm good for now. I'll let you know when I learn something.
We have so much to do, suddenly. It was all quite manageable about 20 minutes ago. This always seems to happen, and I've made this point before in RPGs, where you're just trotting along, you have 1 or 2 quests, and then you reach a stage, you know, a new town, or, you know, a new chapter like this, and suddenly there are 10 billion things to do. As I shall demonstrate by now going to my journal, and, oh my god! I'm still doing this poker face, because I got to see Cecil about something anyway, so where is he? We don't know where he is. Oh no, he's over there. Great, okay, let's go that way. 15 bazillion things to do. God, there's no, like, time limit or something. That would be most inconvenient. Is there something else going on here as well?
People of Vergen, we have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls. So you'd better think twice before entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures. So anyone headed to the quarries or walking through the gullies should take exceptional heed. The squirrels that have made camp by the burnt huts are not our enemies, so says Saskia, and so it is. Master Geralt of Rivia and Sorceress Philippa Eilhart will deal with the mist and the wraiths. And now, open the gates and get to work.
Ah, the market is open. Just a second, Cecil. Might as well. A lot of talking in this episode. Last episode was a lot of just running around. This episode, a lot of talking.
This must be the first revolt ever to be taxed.
We can't feed ourselves nor fortify our walls with rebel slogans alone. But rest easy. Stennis and the nobles won't get a single oren from us. Though, of course, the prince is just waiting for the right moment to get his grubby hands on our finances.
I'm sure his motivations are pure, and he'll do it exclusively out of regard for his subjects. How long have you been alderman?
My predecessor was killed 3 years ago. I was one of his advisors. I knew my way round the circus, so I volunteered to manage things. No one opposed me. Mostly I deal with trade and taxes, and I organize assorted matters. In the end, everyone listens to Saskia exclusively, me included.
How are things?
Everyone awaits the battle. Some pray, others drink. Zoltan and Yarpan are chasing peasants around the square. They need a bit of drilling. Yorveth's warriors are trying to be inconspicuous, and so they should. I'd feel better if they crawled up the devil's arse and disappeared. But Saskia thinks we don't stand a chance without them.
Huh. They're probably right, you know.
I'd like to play dice.
Shall we?
It's just so out of context, you know, out of the whole sort of run of the conversation, but and happenings and stuff, right? I don't need to beat him, I don't need to make money, so it's bloody dark. Can't we play somewhere where there was some daylight? Maybe that's his plan. Can't see my dice. Oh my god, really? I've got 2 pairs. 6, 6, a 1 and a 1, so I shall re-roll that. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise ya! Hopefully this won't take very long, so it doesn't take up much of the video. Oh yeah. Just what I wanted.
I'll have to raise taxes. Here are your winnings.
Aren't you going to ask for a rematch?
You're too good. Try Haggard or Smith's apprentice.
Okay, that's that done. I'm not finished with you yet, Cecil. Now we actually have to do some stuff with the game, you know? Now that has moved from there down here. Because this was a part of a quest before, now it's just a little extra thing.
Saskia needs help, Cecil. Philippa can produce an antidote, but she needs a magic artifact to do that.
Would you like a fern and a dancing worm to go with it? Listen, I don't know about magic, but there is a place, as long as I can remember, it's been of interest to sorcerers. They say it's a very strong intersection. Look for magic there.
Where exactly is there?
Seek out the ruins in the forest beyond Vergen. There's a place of power there. You can't miss it.
Alright, it's 1.
Why so glum? Saskia's a tough girl. She'll bounce back. Keep your head up.
Thanks, Cecil.
Oh.
No, Witcher. I thank you. Save that lass, and you'll save my town.
Gotta wonder, I mean, I know Yorvis on the case, but who did the poison? It had to have been somebody at the meeting, I think, because it's someone with an agenda, because if it was someone outside of the meeting, all of the glasses would have been poisoned, wouldn't it? So I'm thinking it would be someone at the meeting who just slipped it in. Probably that human dude who doesn't like elves. Anyway, I've got nothing to go on except my, you know, silly murmuring thoughts. Don't spoil it for me. If I'm right or if I'm wrong, I'm just wittering. Got another thing to press. Let's press it.
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Did you fight here at Vergen?
Course.
Philippa claims you know a bit about the battle.
That old cook insult, called king by some, thought that Adernians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edern?
According to Henselt, Upper Edern is the ancient legacy of the Kedweni crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crap. 700 years ago, the elves reigned here. And 1,000,000 years ago, these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighboring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
All right. Hensel wanted to conquer Upper Edern. What then?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil, that doesn't help me much.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want.
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the mist. They turn into horrible creatures called Draugrs. Eternians, Kedweni, men, elves, and dwarves too.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help them, but I need to know more about the battle.
Very well. Listen. A beautiful day that grew hot later. Very hot. When Van de Grift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard, but we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edern at all. We decimated the dun banner, but that was only the beginning. Selkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kidwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armor. Then, Vandegrift himself entered the fray. Selkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Vandegrift killed Selkirk. A terrible death that sent the Adernian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kidwenny sorceress who wanted revenge on Vandegrift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
So this duel, I guess I'm going to have to get involved in the past to change it or something.
You saw the Kidwennies cross the river?
From afar, I saw Vandegrift leading 4,000 heavily armed men. Many a heart sank when we saw the elite bearheads or the armoured banners from Ardcarrig. The Dun banner was in the middle, veterans of Brenna. As soon as he set foot on Adernian land, Vandegrift climbed a hill and surveyed the area, as if it was his fief. Son of a bitch was as sure of himself as ever. Upon spying him, I remember the dwarves all dropped their trousers and showed him their asses. Then Selkirk stepped out in front of us. His white armour shone in the sun. We were afraid a Kidwenny arbalist would shoot him, but they too stood as if frozen, and Selkirk just looked at them and bowed ever so slightly.
Remember anything from before the battle?
As if it was yesterday. Henselt's troops crossed the Pontar the third day after the autumn equinox. Edirn had good spies, so we were ready for them, and Selkirk lined up our troops along the hills. Our hearts rose at the sight of the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersberg and Gullet fluttering in the wind. Knights and armoured infantry side by side in our ranks. Even the peasants had their regiments. The dwarves were on the left flank. Over 5,000 strong we were. Nobody caring about race or background, like never before. Only King Demavend was missing, but he must have had more important business than defending his country.
You captured the Dunbanner standard?
Henselt's choice troops, and not a one survived. The visitors sent them to their deaths, refused to give them reinforcements. He was a monster in human form. The men of the Dun were real swaggerers. Killed a lot of our lads, but for every Dunner, there were 7 Adernians. They had no chance. Aye, we captured their standard. We buried what was left of them in the crypts beyond Vergen. Their standard lies with them. Worthy foes are to be respected, even in death.
I'm going to need that standard.
Gonna have to go and fetch that. Oh yeah, we got a crypt, and we got a place of power, and we got some mines to go down. All full in games.
Did you see the duel between Selkirk and Vandegrift?
I stood half a furlong from them. Never seen a fight like it. Probably never will again. They'd already met once, at a jousting tournament in Ardcarrig. Selkirk won there. He beat on the visitor so hard he broke his sword. Selkirk was a true knight, the last of his breed. Vandegrift was so pissed off after that tournament he hanged the smith who made his sword and ordered a special one from a sorcerer. I bet he cut down Selkirk with that new sword.
Vandegrift is dead. What happened to his sword?
Saskia's got it. Good thing too. Only her hand can tame the hatred enchanted in that sword. After the battle, when the flames abated, the scavengers came. They stole everything. Imagine, not a single keepsake of Selkirk in the whole of Edirn. His brother babbles something about a gauntlet, but he's a lying dog.
Thanks, Cecil, that was helpful. I think I know what I need to lift the curse now.
Madame Eilhart claims you need 4 symbols. The standard symbolizes death. Vandegrift's sword stands for hatred. What about the other 2?
I have a feeling Philippa has a handle on the rest.
Here's hoping you're right.
Let's hope so. Yep, catacombs in the forest. Wait for events to unfold. Yeah, so there's a place of power over there. Christ, we've got a lot going on. An awful lot. Once we go and see the blacksmith's apprentice, I wouldn't mind doing... I mean, I know it doesn't make sense that I should make that the priority, but the fact that I could just kind of do it and get it out of the way means that it sort of appeals to me, because having so much on my plate right now, getting rid of these daft little quests is probably a good thing, you know? Yo, sir.
Hello, Chief.
I wouldn't mind a closer look at your swords. Care to browse through my wares?
Not really, but...
I'd like to play dice.
Shall we play now?
Yeah.
You may know how to wave those swords around, but you're absolute shite at dice.
Time will tell.
Oh. Yeah, how about...
I wouldn't mind a close...
actually doing it then, yeah?
I'd like to play...
Shall we play?
Yeah?
You may know how to wave those swords...
Time will...
He's not doing it because I haven't... He is the blacksmith's apprentice.
Hello, Chief.
That's kind of annoying. Face the innkeeper. The innkeeper I beat. Challenge Cecil. Challenge Cecil. One opponent remaining. The blacksmith's apprentice. What if I leave and come back? No, that would make a difference, but... He's not even playing me, and, you know, he's talking trash. Oh, I leveled up. Yeah, I leveled up. I leveled up. It's pointing to him, you know.
I wouldn't mind a...
I'd like to play...
Shall we...
Yeah.
You may know how to wave those...
Time will tell.
Alright, any advice on that, guys? Why is that happening? Is that a bug? Seems to me that's a bug. Might wait until some other time and give that a go. Alright, we've got a happy contract. Where is that at? Let's have a look. Do we even know? There's Haggard. It's not coming up on the map, so I guess we... happiness 07. I guess we can find them as we go along, right? Fair enough. I gotta find more people to talk to. Alright, let's have a look. Find Zoltan at the end. Let's go and do that, because then we can also find the drunkard about Triss, and also probably ask some other people about stuff, because we'll also ask the locals about local things. Should level up before this video is over as well.
I must talk to you, Witcher.
Hello. And who the hell are you?
What's going on?
I'm Elias, of Yorveth's commando. I have an urgent matter.
Tell me.
Men from Vergen have been disappearing for some time. We recently found some of their corpses, so it doesn't seem to be desertion.
I need to see the corpses.
They're all buried.
Where?
Beneath a mound in the forest behind Vergen, but you shouldn't go there.
Why not?
Desecrating graves is a serious offense. The families of the dead will be furious.
What state were the bodies in?
They looked gruesome. Nothing an elf would have done, nor a human.
Where did you find the bodies?
In different places, mainly in the burned village near the ravine that leads to the town.
Only men among the victims?
Young men. Humans and elves.
I don't work for free.
You'll get your reward. Do well, and I may give you something more than coin. We're losing good men.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Might be harpies in the catacombs though, so maybe not. Oh, that's another thing to add to the list. Why not?
Let me tell you about the woman who fell from the sky.
Look,
Another one. You told that story.
You let one human in, and in no time, you've got
Where was the?
Thought we had a basilisk.
Well, I need to know about that. I need to know about that.
You won't trick
Is it
anybody.
you?
You're out.
I heard you saw something interesting.
There we go.
As clearly as I see you. Amazing. I look into the sky. But wait, you must buy a fellow a drink for such a story.
Well, you shut it already. We could all recite this bullshit now.
I'm a client and I'll say what I want. Pour me some Mahakaman mead and no cheating. This noble wayfarer will pay.
It's only money in it. Normally you would know how much this cost before you hand the gold over. Ah, why not?
I'll pay, but if you bore me, I'll shove this meat up your ass.
For such a fine liquor. And my ass has no taste. You won't regret it.
Speak.
Last week I was passing by the gullies. I like to take a hike from time to time.
Get to the point.
Hush. So I'm walking and suddenly there's a flash, a crack. I'm thinking, a storm's coming, but nary a cloud in the sky.
You hit the ground with your arse so hard you saw a flash. You were that drunk.
Then I saw people lying in a gully as if they'd fallen from the sky, a man and a woman. The woman was so beautiful, I wished she'd fallen down on me.
What did the woman look like?
A redhead, wearing a vest and high shoes, with pert tits and a round arse. Just waiting to be grabbed and...
That's her. Yep.
Sounds just like your old lady.
Shut your mouth.
What happened then?
Well, the woman was hurting, couldn't get up. The man clearly disliked her, because he didn't help her. He just stood there, menacing and talking, and then he left. And the redhead stayed.
Noticed her tits, but didn't even try to help her, you sod.
I was about to do exactly that when a troll came out of the gully. Ugly as shit after blueberries.
Did it attack her?
Not at all. I hid and saw everything. First he sniffed her, so I thought he'd eat her. But he didn't. He threw her over his shoulder like a sack and returned to the gullies.
Is that all?
Yes. Didn't waste your money, as you'll agree.
You hugged a bear.
We have a lead. Another troll. Now we know we can deal with trolls. They are often able to be bargained with. Fine, thank you, more or less.
Thought we had a basilisk in the basement.
I am here for a reason, aren't I? I don't remember what it was, but I'm going to talk to everyone. Again.
Fancy taking on a dwarf?
No. No, I don't have time for that, thank you.
I can see that...
No, I'm not very good at arm wrestling, thank you. These people aren't very friendly, not even talking back.
Aye. I don't...
Hope they...
Things makes normal soon. Yeah, it's not likely, is it? Ah, here you all are. How are you all doing?
Geralt, sit down. We haven't yet celebrated your raid into the mist. Ah, sorry. Where are my manners? Sheldon Skaggs, veteran of the battles of Sodden and Brenna.
And all lands along the way.
You've already met Vergen's elder?
Greetings. Gentlemen, not sure about you, but my throat's parched from all these greetings.
Funny. Those were the first words out of your mouth.
Master Dandelion's right. A round for everyone. On me.
Yeah, I need to do stuff. Not just this, but I think the first thing I'll do next episode is try and find Triss.
I'd gladly drink, but Saskia was poisoned and time is of the essence.
Yeah.
How can we help? Speak!
Have you ever heard of a plant called the Dwarven Immortelle?
Have we? The pigs have tight arses.
To tell the truth, I've no idea, Skaggs.
Yeah, don't know.
It's just a saying.
You're the only one using it.
Witcher, the Immortelle. It appears most often near anthracite and aluminosilicate deposits.
Philippa needs it to heal Saskia.
A rare curio, but there's a mine nearby, and who knows? You might find it deep underground.
Yep.
Is the mine far?
Not at all. It's in Vergen itself, in the town's upper quarter.
You're eager for this expedition, but nobody told the Witcher that our mine's closed.
Closed, that's true. But it's long overdue a cleaning. Weed out all the underground shit.
What are you talking about?
Not a month ago, miners started disappearing.
Yeah.
Must have tapped the wrong vein and woken some scum from the deep. We wanted to send a crew of stout fellows in, but Saskia said she needs all the soldiers she can find up top and ready to defend the town. We closed the shaft, fearing the filth would emerge and overrun us all.
Looks like we arrived just in time, eh, Geralt?
So it seems. Let's go.
Right on. With this crew, we needn't fear any monster. How about you, Sheldon? You coming with us, or staying around to get your fuck?
Another chance like this won't come around in a hurry. Fucking can wait. I'm with you.
Let's meet at the mine's entrance.
Alright. We've also got that going on as well. They're off. They're going. You're not. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. So, did the dwarves dig too greedily and too deep? You know? If we're having Lord of the Rings references, we might as well have another one. So, I don't...
No matter the direction, you're likely to hit a sorceress. That's how it is these days. Mages have descended from their...
Lots going on around here.
Yeah, there's that guy with the blue...
Mage and dwarf.
The blue dot, isn't he?
Even worse, a sorcerer.
It could be above me, this blue dot, of course.
Did I mention something?
Stop stroking him and wrap him up!
Blue dot here? Is it here or is it elsewhere? I don't see the blue dot anymore. Mind you, I don't know whether I'm on top of that area now. Oh. This is my room. Anybody in here? No? Good. Good, 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 good. I'll tell you what, now would be a good time to level up and continue this another day. So we've hit sort of a slow point. Next episode, there'll be... I've only got one talent anyway. There'll be more happening, I promise. Yeah, a bit of a slopper with the thing. So, we're going for footwork, aren't we, as I remember? I can go 100% extra. That might be enough, though. But vigor regeneration in combat's pretty nice. It's a shame, without resorting to a wiki or whatever, you can't see what the second ability is after it, without buying, you know, the first one. So, because 10% isn't very good, but then it could be 50%, which seems about likely. Was I going down this way? Add sign affects entire areas. Oh, I can study entire areas, that's pretty nice. Or I could go with the, yeah, extra... hexing thing. Or I could go with dodging, or I could go down here. And again, vigor regeneration out of combat isn't very good, but in combat, which I think is the next tier of this, somebody said that in a comment. Could be a thing. Why has I got a little dot there? What's that about? A little dot. Level 17. I am so pro. Am I pro? I might go with this. That's what I'll do. I'll have entire areas affected by my add sign, so I can, and that along with my, you know, swirl will hopefully cut down a lot of mobs. That's what I'm going to call them, mobs. All right, I think I'm going to leave it here. We got a whole lot going on. Quite difficult to remember it all, but I'll try and tackle it one at a time and try and do it in the order I think Geralt would. I was going to go and do the Triss quest, but we're meeting the dwarves at the mine now, so that probably takes priority, even though it probably shouldn't. Maybe I'll do the Triss quest next anyway, because that's why he's here, isn't it? So it doesn't make sense. It's like, well, the dwarves could wait, you know, I'm only going to go and chat to a troll, who no doubt will give me another quest. I did notice, actually, there was a achievement to not kill any trolls in the game, so I know there's a peaceful resolution to that little quest. You might not even have it all, but that's what I'll probably end up doing, and then go and find the curse, lifting bits, and the poison cures, and find out who's killing those men and kill some harpies, and yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So, I'll see you next time for that. Thank you for watching, enjoying your comments and everything, even though I didn't mention them last in the start of this video because I just plain forgot. And sorry that this video, I should have said this at the start of the video, but came out a little bit later than normal on the day that it was uploaded. It's because, you know, New Year's and holidays and Christmas and stuff, everything's been a bit squiffy, but from now on things should get back to normal in terms of me uploading this on Sunday mornings as opposed to Sunday evenings. So yeah, I'll see you then. Hope you're enjoying. I certainly am. Great game, apart from clipping in stupid cutscenes and things like that. And I'll see you next time. I'll stop wittering and bid you adieu. Toodaloo.